Hey, here we are. The Steelers take on the Colts. Let's go.
Hey, Lord, this man's a warrior. Steel Studio, man.
Here we are. Man, week 4. Steelers taking on the Colts. What went on this week? Well, we had a great week. Started off with beating the Chargers. What TJ Watt, the animal, have to say after the game?
You limited to them negative yards. What does that say about your guys' effort this afternoon?
A lot of hard work, a good game plan, a lot of good adjustments at halftime. Guys not panicking and just coming out and executing. How about young Nick Herbig? Guy's been waiting for his opportunity, went out and seized the moment today.
Alex goes down, and you mentioned Nick stepped up with a couple of sacks. And Landon Roberts a sack. Cameron Hayward gets a sack later. The floodgates really open. What does that say about the depth of this defense?
We got a lot of depth. We have a lot of fun. We have guys that love playing football. And if we get a lead, we feel really, really comfortable with the guys we have in the back end, the guys up front.
You're 3-0 now, TJ. How good can this team be?
Next best thing is 4-0.
That's right. Next best thing is 4-0. We play the Colts. You saw that. I had the ticker going. You see, I don't think Seumalo will play. I think the rookie will get his first start, McCormick. He may be rotating with Spencer Anderson. They've both done pretty well, man. We need Seumalo back. I think we'll be okay this week. Their run defense sucks from what I see. And we should be able to control the clock, control the game, man. Justin Fields has been great. Can't deny it. Looks like Russell Wilson's out again. But let's see what Justin had to say here.
Nah, I need to get my legs going a little bit. It hasn't been by design, but shoot, once when I see my guys downfield, they can run a little bit faster than me, I think. Or I don't know, but I'm just gonna say they can. But you shoot, and I definitely want to get my ball, the ball to the playmakers, downfield whenever they're open, and create opportunities for those guys. So yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty awesome, man, the way he's played. I can't deny it. And, he wanted to be a Steeler, and that was the news. And let's see what we heard about that this week, about the trade. Here we go.
So a couple of things here. Number one, the Steelers were the team that Justin Fields wanted to end up with. And I don't know if we should give credit to the Bears and Ryan Poles and everyone there, but usually front offices just take the best offer and move on. They actually worked with Justin Fields and his agent, David Mulugeta, to try to get him to a spot where he'll have a shot to win games. And there were other teams who did offer slightly more than what the Steelers offered, but when they spoke to Justin Fields, and this truly was everyone involved together to try to make Justin happy. He was a pros pro in Chicago the entire time. But of course, they got the number 1 overall pick thanks to that Panthers trade. So Ryan Poles and the rest of the front office really tried to work with Justin. And he told them, hey, Pittsburgh is a team I really want to be with. And if you listen to that podcast with Cam Hayward, he basically mentioned, the Ravens were interested, the Chargers were interested, but both those teams, of course, have Lamar Jackson. They have Justin Herbert. Those guys are obviously the stars. And then, of course, the Raiders, he kind of mentioned they just checked in. They never really sounded like a realistic option simply because their offensive coordinator is Luke Getsy, who was in Chicago with Justin Fields. And I don't think both of those guys fully meshed the way they hoped it would. So it just never made sense for the Raiders. So eventually.
Anyway, I don't know if I believe the teams the Ravens wanted to. Who cares? He wanted to be a Steeler. He's a Steeler. I don't know if Russell will play when Russell comes back. I guess this week will be another big measuring. If Justin comes out and blows it up, he's going to be our guy, man. He is going to be our guy. How about this defense, though? What's Joey Porter Jr.'s have a great start. What do you have to say this week about his play so far?
Speaking of TDs, 2 TDs in 3 games. Your thoughts on just the pride?
Hey, it feels good. We still got stuff to work on, clean up, so we're never satisfied. We're going to take this win and go home, watch tape, and move on from it.
How about you guys? I asked Joe this question, and I want to get your opinion too. So your defensive unit gave up two TDs in three games. Your thoughts on too many.
The Steelers' defense is pulling something off that hasn't been done in 15 years. The 09 Broncos were the last team to allow 10 points or less in their first 3. That's where TJ and the boys are now. Teams are averaging just 8.6 points per game. Now, it's early, but they're definitely the best defense in the NFL so far. The real question is, are they the most dominant unit overall? Here's how they stack up beyond points allowed. Pittsburgh is first in yards allowed, third down conversions, and EPA per play. The Steelers are sucking the life out of teams, especially in the second half. They seemingly get stronger as the game wears on. So far, far in second halves, they have 2 shutouts, 0 TDs allowed, and have given up a grand total of just 6 points. The Chargers game is a prime example. They came into the game with the best rushing offense in the NFL. Look at the graphic they used on TV. Not only did LA fail to score, they were held to -5 yards and sacked 5 times. 2 of those came from Nick Herbig, a backup who replaced Alex Highsmith at halftime. Now, the Steelers have yet to show off in front of a national audience, but that changes soon. They'll play in primetime slots for 3 of the next 5 weeks. Sadly, for Dak, Rodgers, and Daniel Jones, all 3 games are in Pittsburgh. Barring injuries, which can be said for every team, we are witnessing a potentially legendary defense. The NFL.
That's right. I agree with that, man. And that was my Thursday thoughts. I talked about the depth on this team. Of course, we can't have this depth tested much more. We did sign C.J. Henderson. I'm excited about that. The guy's got potential, of course. And look at what we've done with other guys that had potential. Justin Fields and Dante Jackson, who people thought were terrible, but we knew he was good, and he's been very good. We have a little depth now that Trice is going to be out for a while. And hopefully C.J. will seize the opportunity. That would be really, really cool. We do play the Colts, and this is amazing, and I hope this doesn't jinx us, man. They want to take our terrible towel, first of all, and that's a mistake, and I hope they do because it never works out for them. This guy, though, this guy's great, and we could be in trouble here. Here you go.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Steelers. Let's steal another victory. This is our team. Go Colts!
Oh, Lord, help us. Let's go back to Steeler stuff. What did the rookie Wilson have to say about his play and his defense?
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to Cam the other day, and I told him that I've just never played behind a defensive line like this, obviously, because I come from college, and it's a different world. Those guys are not only taking up the whole offensive line, but they're making plays while they're doing that. So it's an amazing feeling, and when you're able to float to the ball and not have any linemen touch you, it says a lot about your D-line.
That's right, man. This defensive line's been great. Ogunjobi's been helpful. We haven't even seen the potential of Benton yet. And we haven't even seen the potential of this offense yet. It could be better, man. And Cordell Patterson, we haven't seen him return kicks yet. Here's what he had to say about that.
I enjoy it. I just do whatever my numbers call, and goes to kickoff. I can't control that. If I was a kicker, I wouldn't kick it to me either. So, they want to kick it to me, man, kick it to one of the best in the league, man. Go ahead. So we got a good plan. We've been working on it since OTAs and just trying to figure out, how to get the ball in my hands at kickoff return. But if not, we just try to work on offense, do a little more there.
That's right. He's right. And I think once the weather gets a little worse, probably not this week because we're in a dome again, but once the weather gets worse, he will have his opportunities, and the dude's fast. You see how fast he can run, man. A lot of people are pissed off the Steelers are doing this well, and most people thought we're going to be terrible because we're due to be terrible. We're not. We're the Steelers. We know how to win, and now the team's loaded, and we're probably going to add another player or two. We're not done, so this team could be a contender. A lot of things have to get better. We're not there yet, especially offensively, but I think we could. What does this jackass have to say?
Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. He's going to have a losing season. Bo Nix, I don't know. He threw one bad pick in 42 attempts. I thought he was pretty good. I've said all off season, I think Denver's personnel is better than you think. I'm going to take the Broncos to points. I think they win outright 23-20. Would you rather be the Steelers, who spend all their money on defense, and that quarterback room is just not good enough? 2-0 start. Yeah, check back in 8 weeks. Again, Chargers, Texans, I buy. Saints, I kind of buy. Steelers at 2-0. Don't make the hierarchy. The Pittsburgh Steelers are off to a pretty surprising 3-0 start. Let's add context to it. They face Kirk Cousins in the opener coming off a surgery who just wasn't moving. Then they face Bo Nix in his second career start in a Denver roster that's okay. And then yesterday they faced 50-60% at best Justin Herbert, who left the game early. And suddenly the Steelers got really irrelevant, really fast, and brag about never being below 500. That's their standard.
So this is what some people are still saying, man. We got to prove them wrong, and it starts this week. Every week is a start. And, the Colts have some talent. You never know. Richardson can run. The dude can't throw. He's very inaccurate, but he can run. He can throw deep. And we got to stop Jonathan Taylor first and foremost. And if our defense can do that, last year they kicked our ass. Tomlin talked about that this week, and they did. They dominated us, kicked our ass. We can't have that happen again. But even if we do happen to lose it, we're still in good shape. But a win would be unbelievable, and 4-0 would be historic. And we did start this well in 2020, but it was different. There was COVID. There was no fans. It just felt different. And the teams figured us out, played up, and because we couldn't run the ball once they stacked the box. We're going to be able to run the ball still with this team. We haven't even started to go downfield yet, so it's coming. So, hey, go Steelers. Appreciate you guys. And happy birthday to Joe Green this week. He was this week. And Legends of Steelers, man. Steel Studio on Facebook. Go on there. The group, you can see whose birthday it is daily. And True Steeler of the Week. I haven't done that yet this week. And we will. And appreciate the subs on YouTube and the views on Instagram. Things are going great. Of course, the Steelers are going great, and that's part of it. I'm Rick Mooney. I'm just a fan like you. I love you guys. Go Steelers.